but most of us are overeducated and underutilized. My work that I do started with me. Even the identity piece, I had to go back and work on me first. I became an NLP practitioner because somebody used NLP on me to help me with my fear of speaking in public.
Welcome to Spotlight Voices. My name is Natalia Nicholson, your host, and welcome to our podcast all about our keynote speakers at the Top 100 Most Powerful Black Women Summit. We are coming to you this March, from the 23rd of March to the 27th of March, with 100 speakers, 100 amazing sessions of masterclasses, keynotes, fireside chats, roundtables, all about where you're stuck in your entrepreneurial journey, made for Black female entrepreneurs. So what we're doing at the moment, we are featuring all of our keynote speakers. And today I have got the amazing, the gorgeous, the lovely Lillian with me. And what I'm going to do, Lillian, is I would like you to introduce yourselves to the audience and just tell them who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so thank you for having me on, Natalia. So I'm Lillian Ogbogoh, and I'm not going to start with titles and certifications and all of that. I'm going to start with what I do and why I do it. So my work lives in the section between mindset work and a little bit further deeper. So my work is really about helping women change the identity they show up as. So we always do mindset work, and most of us who are entrepreneurs, most of us who are, we've done the work, we've done all the mindset stuff, and we still find ourselves tripping ourselves up and feeling like it's an us problem, and me inclusive. And I discovered neuroscience and neurochange, and how, where if we are doing the work, let's say the mindset level is here, but the real problem lies a little bit deeper. It lies in the identity that we have. And so if, for instance, we're trying to show up as an entrepreneur, but the identity is the little 5-year-old version of us that's been told, you're no good at this, you're no good at that, sit down, shut up, and be quiet, then you're going to struggle with visibility. So my work is actually the intersection of that, where it helps women actually release the identity story so that they can show up as the version of themselves that they want. And also my work lives for actually working with Black and brown women. So I work with all women, but the core part of my work actually lies with Black and brown women, because one, as a woman from a global majority, I know what it is to live in a world where you are considered the minority, and what that brings, especially for Black women globally, with the double-edged sword of, strong Black woman and then angry Black woman at the same time, and all the things in between. And so I help Black women untie those identity, untie those stories, so that they can show up and be successful with the life that they choose.
I absolutely love that. And oh boy, do we not identify with the angry Black woman? You're passionate, you want to get your point across, but all of a sudden, you're angry. And it's funny, when other groups are passionate, they're just passionate and they're really, enthusiastic about what they do.
Yes.
So I totally hear you on that one. So one of the things that I've been asking all of my guests as they enter on is that when people hear your name, what do you want them to associate it with?
When people hear my name, I want them to associate it with leaving people better than I find it. So in essence, I want people to associate my name with, it's not so much about this big legacy thing. It's about, you know what? I met her and she made me feel X, Y, and Z. I met her and she gave me this. And because of that, I was able to change how I live. It affected how my children lives. It affected the kind of relationships I've gone to have, not just intimate relationships, but all kinds of relationship. So I want my name to be associated with leaving people better than I find them.
And I love that. And one of the things when I first met you, you just made me feel so comfortable to be myself. And yeah, this experience has been amazing, because obviously we connect through technology, and that came through my screen. Without a shadow of a doubt, you always make me feel at ease, comfortable, and there's just something really calming. So for those of you that are watching, Lillian's keynote is going to be a great one, so make sure you check it out. And what was, Lillian, the moment that really shaped you, the woman you are today, in terms of being a leader?
Well, I think it's not one moment, it's a combination of moments. So I've been that child that's been told to sit down, shut up, you're too loud. I've been that child that's been told you won't graduate high school. I've been that child that's been kicked out of art class. I've been that version. I've been the version of me that's been had to shapeshift to try and adapt and adjust into corporate life and feeling like I'm either one step behind or four steps behind all the time and feeling like I did not belong in the room. I've been that person who stood on stages, delivered workshops, and walked up feeling like, I don't know what I'm talking about. And so my work that I do started with me. Even the identity piece, I had to go back and work on me first. So I became an NLP practitioner because somebody used NLP on me to help me with my fear of speaking in public. And that led me to actually setting up podcasts before every man, dog, and cat had a podcast mic. And I used it as a way to get over speaking, my fear of speaking. And so I've come to understand what is intrinsically me and what isn't. I've learned how to separate, okay, we see stuff in social media. Hey, do this workshop, do it this way, show up like this. And I've done that. And I'm like, wait, why is it not working for me? Am I the summer school student here? Why does none of this work? Because if you are not showing up as your own authentic version of yourself, those things they're never going to fully stick. And I've learned that now is like there are things that you need to do. Yes, there are actions you need to take, but I never prescribe, hey, do this and you're going to be like this. That's never the promise. Is here are the tools, here are the techniques, here's why it works, and here's how it's going to work for you. And to do that, I've had to learn, first of all, why it works for me. And then when I learn the people in front of me, then it's like, here's how it can work for you. But first, let's unwrap the story you're telling. So there isn't one thing. It's been a combination of things. I am the woman that did a book project that got bestseller status in some sections because it didn't get all of them. Part of my identity was that we've got to win everything or it's nothing. That I felt like I failed myself and 28 other people. So it's like I said, it's not one thing, it's a combination, and each thing has culminated in a greater learning, a greater understanding of me, myself. It's understanding, it drives me back to learning. Right now, I'm about to learn some quantum physics and understand how that impacts us and learn about wave entanglement. But what does that mean in terms of identity? What does that mean when we observe things? I'm about to learn that. Why? Because I'm curious for myself. So it's not one thing, it's a combination. And I keep saying that, but I'll come back to that.
Oh, I absolutely love it. And it's funny talking about the combination. Obviously, the summit's called the Top 100 Most Powerful Black Women Summit. And sometimes people always say, well, you know, why did you come up with that title? And I think for me, all Black women are powerful. And we live in a world where the spotlight is very much shone on celebrities or, you know, people that have got loads of following. There are many, many powerful women out there. And for me, all Black women are powerful. It just so happens at the summit, you know, it's the top 100. But I want to ask, like, what does power actually mean to you?
I think the version I am today, power is about impact. It's about being able to use your power to create change, to access change. Power is voice, is using your voice to speak up. And I've learned that power is a currency, but not in the way that we're used to seeing it. Because when we look at power externally, it's been abused. Yes. You look at these people who are striving to be trillionaires and everything. We're not calling anyone's names, but they know who they are in life. And they've used that power to abuse. But when you understand what power is meant for, and this is where my work in leadership comes in, power is servant leadership. True leaders are servant of the people. That's what leadership is. A true leader's role is to listen to their people and use their power to change the life of others. And so for me, power is about how I live to make sure that when I walk this earth, what I do does not invariably negatively affect somebody. And if I do, then what do I do to fix it? So, for instance, let's put it this way. We have the power to use AI, right? It's a powerful tool, and we can use it for good, we can use it for bad, we can use it for in between. Now, what we know is that as a tool, yes, it does all of this, but it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Of our environment, of so many different things. So what I do is, and that reminds me, I need to go into the site, is I've joined this, it's a tree planting community online, and I give money to offset my AI use.
Ah, that's beautiful. And we'll make sure we put the details of that in the comments of this video, by the way.
So for me, that's how I offset my power or my power usage, because I'm understanding that it has an impact. So because I want this earth I offset.
Yeah.
And that to me is what power is meant for. So for me is, my power is, if I can help somebody be better, why not? If I can smile at somebody in public or be polite in public, that's power at play.
And it doesn't cost anything.
No, that's power at play. So for me, that is it. That's how I see power. Power is servant leadership. Power is being able to, within your access, you will never find me on the street protesting, because I don't run for anything. So I'm not running. I'm not going to be out there on the streets. But for me is, can I put my money to specific programs and things that support? Can I support others? Can I put my money to things that impact others? That's where my financial power is. That's my social power, my policies, my life. That's how I live with my power. So power is an action thing. And so when I lead from servant leadership. When I take actions, when I shop, is, again, everything I do is a reflection of power.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And it's a great segue into my next question as it goes. What does ownership look like for you in the world right now? And I think a lot of what you just spoke to, there's a lot of monopolies out there, and it kind of ties into exactly what you're saying. So, what, from your viewpoint, does ownership look like in the world right now?
Ownership looks like being honest with yourself and saying, what can you do? And right now, the world is overwhelming. And I know some of us are thinking, I'm starting a business. I'm doing this. I'm talking about fashion. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And the world literally feels like it's on fire. But the world needs you to do those things. Because when you, and I say it this way, when women, especially women of color, when we are financially accessed, when we are financially supported, ownership becomes a whole different story. And for me, I know what that feels like. For me is, where do I spend my time? Who do I give my money to? Where do I put my attention? So one of the things is, I don't farm out, or I don't farm in fear into my home. So I don't watch the news. Doesn't mean I'm not aware of what's happening. I curate what I want. So I won't let you scare me in my own home and drive me out of myself. So I don't watch the news. I choose who I hang out with. So if I feel like my presence you only tolerate, then here's what I'll do for you. I will not inflict my presence upon you. I go to where people look at me with joy, love, and acceptance. And we have deep belly laughs. We talk we eat foolishness. And you come away feeling alive. I have friends for different things, but I have people that I no longer give my energy to, because I'm like, if you tolerate me, I will save you the headache. I won't be around you. You are free to exist. But me, I will withdraw my power, withdraw myself, and spend it with people that I adore, and they adore me. I have friends who know that I am the biggest anime head in the world. Yeah.
My kids would love hanging out with you.
Oh, I am. I'm the biggest anime head. It's actually proven problematic. I digress on that. I have a friend now. We discovered that Studio Ghibli had a pop-up in December last year. No, yeah, in December we went to that. We had an anime weekend where she came down to my house and we watched anime the whole weekend. Now,
I love that.
Oh no, it gets better. And this to me is love. She cooked and she baked things to coincide with a particular show we were watching.
Oh, that's a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Yes. When I tell you, I was so overjoyed. I was like a giant child. I was so overjoyed. And to me, that's ownership. That is where you're with people who see you. So you cultivate more of that. I choose where I go. I spend my money with companies that make sense to me. So I will not willingly buy Shein. Now, people that do is not a judgment, but that to me is I won't do it. And so I am conscious where I spend my money, who I spend time with, what I listen to, what I engage in. Yes, from time to time, we all engage in some foolishness. And then after a while, you're like, okay, enough is enough. Let's go back to what we know we need to be doing. So there are things, to me, that is ownership. So in terms, I can only do what I can do, and I can't save the world, but I can save one corner of what I can save at a time. Yeah. Ownership is learning that it's not every fight you're invited to, you have to participate. Yeah. Like, oh, okay, no, that's not my fight, so I can't participate. Doesn't mean I don't see it, but I can't participate. So it's learning to say to yourself, what's my lane? Let me stick to it. Who am I? Let me stick to that. So, yeah.
Love it. And what is the one narrative about Black women that you would say you're committed to changing through your work?
I will say the narrative of the strong Black woman. That has got to change, because it is putting so many amazing Black women into the ground early. It is making us sick and tired. So the narrative of strong Black women, I want it dead and done in 2026. I want Black women to know that they are fragile, they are delicate, they are soft, they are yielding, they deserve to be cared for and taken care of. They deserve to be celebrated. They deserve the soft treatment. Our foremothers had no choice but to be strong. They have paid the strong tax for us. We are done.
Yes. Done. They did. And I've never looked at it like that. They did pave the way, and we are continuing with this. Shut up, pull up. I've just got to do it. I'm by myself, and that narrative does need to change.
It's harmful. Yes, I know that. When it's the only mirror we've been shown, and we think it's good. I remember having a conversation with somebody, and she's like, "Oh, I never tell people when I'm ill because you never know who." I'm like, what? So if you are dealing with a group of people, you never tell people you're ill. How are you supported? How are you held? How are you nourished? How are you cared for?
Yes. Yeah.
We deserve to be cared for. We deserve, because we are so good with the caretaking is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, then we become the instant caretakers in the room. Who is caring for you? Please, my dear, put the cape down. You're not Super Wonder Woman. You deserve to rest. You are not allergic to rest. Laziness is okay. You can be lazy every 2 weeks. It's okay. If that's the word that you're allergic to, it's okay. You are not here to be the world's pack mule.
Yeah.
You deserve princess treatment.
I love that. And also, what do you think Black women deserve more of in terms of the rooms that they're in making decisions? Does that make sense? Like, we're in a lot of rooms.
Heard.
Yeah.
They need to be heard. We don't need any more mentors. We don't need any more coaches, because we are the most coached and mentored group across the globe. Actually, Black women don't, and I'm going to say this and people will come for me, but most of us are overeducated and underutilized. We are overeducated and underutilized. And I can say that with confidence, because I may only have a first degree, but if I tell you how many qualifications I have behind me, I can paste my wall with it and I'll still have some left over.
I think you're going to be getting a lot of comments at this point. During the summit, I have spoken, we did October, we did it in March. I've been on the phone since August. And I would agree with you. I would say about a good 85, if not 90% of women that I speak to, the letters after their name and how well educated they are phenomenal. It's just that I'm in awe of a lot of them, because I come from the school of hard knocks. Like, after my degree, that was it for me. It was like, drop the mic, I can't do this. And I am just amazed, if you want me to honest with you, of the letters, the whole, even just the work ethic, the proof of work, the experience, the qualifications. You are totally right.
Because we've had to. Because before we enter those rooms, we were already doubted and challenged. So we felt before we enter those rooms, we have to have this qualification, we're in the room. Okay, let's qualify. Do you know the largest group of people who hold PhDs right now are globally Black women?
Do you know what as well? And it's just not even, it's Black women who starts the most businesses globally. I don't know if people really realize there's reports on all of this stuff online. Yep. It's Black women again. So we're the most overqualified. We start the businesses at the fastest rate, but we always seem to hit this ceiling height because we're not allowed into a lot of rooms.
Not only that, but we also are not resourced enough. And we're told to bootstrap, and we bootstrap one business, and that fledgling business becomes the thing that tries to sustain us. I've tried to sustain a business, have my small fledgling business try to sustain me. I've had to go back to work. So let's be honest. First and foremost, the personal development industry will have you, get a business, burn the bridges. Having a day job is embarrassing. I go, you know what's embarrassing? Can't pay your bills. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Girlfriend, I've been there. I've been suckered in, and that's where NLP gets used in the wrong way. I have been one of those people. Run to the back of the room. Change your life. Spend that
burn the bridges. And they're telling you that they burnt their bridges, but they have a friend who basically loves them, and it's like their parents are like multimillionaires, and so when they were talking about really being homeless, they were like, kind of homeless, but they were living in their friend's pool house. So
oh my gosh,
they were like
not telling the full story and giving context. And social media is great at not giving context.
Okay, so I've done the run to the back of the room. I've done all of that, and and I know what that feels like. But here, they talk about, it's embarrassing to have a day job. It gives me the ick. Well, what gives you the ick? Listen, BT does not take love and light.
Yeah,
that's not.
For those of you in America, BT is the largest UK telecommunications company, and you're right.
Okay,
you can't pay them with love.
AT&T does not take love and light. AT&T does not take love and light. Your landlord does not take love and light. So if your business is still in that place where it is fledgling, get a day job so that you can give yourself room to breathe. As Black women, we want to be in those spaces. Then you need a community. This story that we were sold that we must go solo, that's another one that needs to die on an altar someplace, because we are designed for community. We grow together. It is in our DNA. We are community-based. Women generally are community-based, but as women of color, it is wired to us. So this going solo thing, find women who champion you. Also find rooms where you are not the smartest in the room, because if you're in smartest in the room, you're in the wrong.
Say it again, Lillian. This is one of my biggest things.
Find rooms where you're not the smartest in the room, because if you are the smartest people in the room, you are in the wrong room.
Yep, you got to leave. I live by that. And it took me something so simple took me decades to learn, just to let you know.
Yeah, because, we're told, you need to be, no, I want to always be learning, and I always want to be learning from others. And I have rooms that I belong to right now that 3 of them in that room are PhD holders. And I'm like, and then every day they go, don't apply for another course. I'm like, but you guys have PhD. They're like, stop it. I have another room with another friend who's like, you're only allowed to do this, this, and this. Here's how we'll support you. Here's your accountability. These are the rooms I belong to that people will go, I love you, but you know what? You're being an ass right now. Get up and get stuff done. They hold me lovingly. So we are not designed to build solo. That is something that needs to die someplace as well.
And that's what this summit is about. There is no need to be solo, and we are creating a community for all Black female entrepreneurs. So Lillian, what is the challenge that you faced in life that people would never guess? And how did you move through that?
Well, I've already kind of alluded to it.
Yeah, you did.
I suffered. I could not speak in public. I used to be the one that will go to like events, the self-help events, and I'll sit at the back of the room on the left closest to the door, just in case whoever was on stage was silly enough to look in my direction and go, oh, you at the, oh, he or she had actually gotten themselves together to get that statement out. I'm out of the room. I'm like, I am so gone. But then what did I do? I decided to create a business, and I created a business with a friend, and it was an events business, and we'll put in events, and lo and behold, surprise, surprise, it was events for women and for Black women. And then my friend's like, okay, here's the mic. You go up to the front. I'm like, but why me? And I used to feel like I will rather die than do this. And I remember we had this amazing woman on, and she was an NLP practitioner and talking about fear and everything, and just her energy, just how she showed up, just everything about her was just, I'm like, it was, the Meg Ryan moment.
Yes. I
was like, I'll have whatever she's having. Mm-hmm. And I worked with her, and she used NLP on me. And I was like, oh my God, this is impressively insane. I want some of this in my life. So I then went and became an NLP practitioner, became a master prac, and did all of that. And then I've been learning ever since. My fear was I was afraid to speak in public. Now I've been an international speaker. I've spoken in the Caymans, in Curacao, in Nigeria. I've spoken in different places. Wow. I've had 3 podcasts in my time, and I have done myriad of different things. That was my fear. Most people won't believe me when I tell them now, but it was my fear.
But your keynote, part of the Top 100 Most Powerful Summit, what will every listener walk away with after you've spoken?
They will walk away with the identity keys to make sure that they can shape themselves in the way that they want to show up. We're going to be talking about the identity you need to embody so that you can actually have the business that you require, and what you need to drop, and why mindset isn't the only key, and why this is really crucial.
Love it. And last question as we wrap up. If someone's on the fence about attending the summit, what would you say to her?
Well, here's the thing. Today is the 5th of February, 2026. If you don't attend and continue doing what you continue to do, you will get the results you've always gotten. And if you get the result that you've always gotten, come February 5th, 2027, you're still going to be where you are. So why not take a chance and come, see, hear, feel, connect with others, and you never know who's in the room. There's going to be your new accountability buddy, who's going to be that person who's going to say, listen, you are good enough exactly as who you are. Let's help you walk your path. And so that 2027 looks totally different from 2026.
Absolutely love it. Lillian, thank you so much for coming on with me today. And those of you who are listening, please make sure that you register the QR code on the screen. That's going to get you your tickets, and make sure you come and check Lillian's keynote out. You had a taster today. Even I've taken some nuggets away today. You said at the beginning, you know, you want everybody to walk away, you know, feeling good about themselves, feeling something, doing something. And you've made me, the host, feel like that for sure. So I know anybody that's listening also feels like that. So Lillian, thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
I love it. So quick fire round now, Lillian. If a brilliant Black woman's building her platform or business right now, what is the first move you would tell her to focus on?
Know who you are.
Love it. Good advice. What is the one strategy that you use that consistently creates results even when your motivation is low?
My community.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely love that.
Yeah. They get me
absolutely up. Love that. Absolutely love that. What do you do to stay grounded and protected while staying visible?
Knowing myself. And this is, I know this is a quick fire, but I'm just going to add context. It's taken me a long time, and it's just now that I'm really comfortable and showing up. And the discomfort is still there, but knowing myself, knowing what feels authentic to me. Would you ever catch me on the internet doing the dances? No. Know yourself, know who you are, and stay true to that. So let's continue with a quick fire.
I'm going to say a sentence, Lillian, and when I say it, I would like you to finish the sentence for me. Okay. So my power increases when I'm joyful. One belief Black women must realize to rise faster is
you cannot go alone.
One thing I want Black women to remember about their voice is
their voice is powerful, their voice is currency, and their voice is theirs, and it's impactful.
Love it. And lastly, where can people connect with you, and what should they look out next for what's coming for you this year?
They can connect with me on LinkedIn. I am on LinkedIn under Lillian Ogbogoh, and then I am on Instagram where you will find me. They can catch me outside in the UK, and probably doing some events across the world this year. I'm looking to get more speaking engagements, and probably being in Nigeria and the probably coming back to the Caribbean. What is next aside from that is more talks, more workshops. And at the end of February, I'm going to be delivering a workshop on clarity and finding clarity for self so that you can move forward in the work that you're going to be doing.
Absolutely love it. Please make sure you stay connected to Lillian. Please make sure you follow her. Please support our sister, Lillian. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.